Salute, salute. Grand rising to all. Salute to the internal indigenous spiritual most high. Trolls only God and your mama can love you. And last but not least, you know, one time in remembrance of my brother Jimmy McNair, I'm gonna here we go. Where's me go? I needs me shillings so I control. Fly high, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fly high. I'm never gonna let his intro rest. I will carry his intro the rest of my days. Okay. We often have these conversations about cultural identity. We often have these conversations about reclassification of brown people, of the indigenous. We're going to change the way we talk here. I'm trying to take black out of my vocab. Okay. We always talk about reclassification of the indigenous. And we always have people who come in and want to argue their points, although they're not very valid points. These people offer arguments, but no substance, no receipts, no history, just regurgitated talking points of bigotry and YT supremacy. Okay. So this morning we're going to revisit this again, and I'm going to drive these points home. Some may be asking, what's the relevance? What's the importance of what you're doing? It's to show you that we are not who they say we are. They say we are African American rather than saying that we are indigenous. So if you prove that you are indigenous, if you prove that you are reclassified, if you prove that you are not an African American, then you're also proving that they lied. You're also proving that they stole. You're also proving that this land is your land. Those resources belong to you. And it is easier to make the demand for reparations once you know your tribe, your lineage. Once you know that you're indigenous to this land, see, they don't have to pay you anything. They don't owe you anything as long as you identify as a foreign entity. An African American is a foreign entity on domestic soil. They don't have to do that. Once you identify as tribe, where there's guidelines and policies and laws and stuff in place that protects those tribes, you open yourself up for those tribal benefits, ladies and gentlemen, and for those reparations as an Indian. It's just all about doing the work. All right. So that's FBA, y'all. Lots of FBAs, don't go this deep into identity and reclassification. A lot of them stop along the borders of history, reparations. Okay. I want people to learn things when they come to my platform. You know, every day is a day of mental growth, you know, growth of intelligence. And like I said, to learn something that we did not know before. And I don't see anything wrong with that. So with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's up? Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday already. Goodness gracious. So let's start here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start here. Dawes Rose Act. Paper genocide. Remember, y'all, paper genocide.
Grounds in order to determine which Native American tribes would get certain land allotments and other benefits. After slavery, many Black people were associated with some of these tribes by bloodline, through marriage, through adoption, and even servitude. And because they were associated with these tribes, many Black people were entitled to some of these benefits. The government did not want Blacks to get these benefits, so they created a separate freedmen's list specifically for Black people. They also started to list any full-blooded Native American who had African features as Black.
I'm gonna let this play so it sinks in. I need y'all to let this sink in. Let it sink in.
In the late 1800s, there was something called the Dawes Rolls, which was basically a census that made records of people's ethnic backgrounds in order to determine which Native American tribes would get certain land allotments and other benefits. After slavery, many black people were associated with some of these tribes by bloodline, through marriage, through adoption, and even servitude. And because they were associated with these tribes, many black people were entitled to some of these benefits. The government did not want blacks to get these benefits, so they created a separate freedmen's list specifically for black people. They also started to list any full blooded Native American who had African features as black.
And here's something I'm never going to look past. Let me say this. A European American, I don't care what your great great grandmother said or your great grandmother said, it cannot be proven, but I can prove that a European American, anyone with um, W skin, is not tribal. You know what I'm saying? You you're not tribal. You're not. You're European. It's cultural identity. You are a part of the $5 Indian Act. You are pretending, Rick. Rick, you're the very people that I'm talking about right now that reclassified us, Rick, and took our resources, Rick. You're an imposter, Rick. You're pretending, Rick. You probably have blonde hair and blue eyes, Rick. You ain't won nothing, but you see how quick you admitted that, Rick? You see how quick you admitted that, Rick? Yeah, get out of here, pretending. Get out of here, colonizer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know white people have no tribal ties. I don't even know why y'all speak up. Because you know good and damn well you're a colonizer. Huh? The $5 Indian Act, the Trail of Tears, huh? The Eraser Act, the Dawes Rolls Act, the Racial Integrity Act, huh? The Indian Removal Act. Do I need to keep going? Do I need to keep going? You're an imposter. You're an imposter. You're an imposter, Rick. You're not a true Indian, Rick. You're not a true Indian. We're not all the same. You're a liar. I'm not. You're a thief. I'm not. Rick, I can tell from your name, Rick. Rick, you're white, Rick. You know what I'm saying? You're not a winner. You're a loser. You're a loser. You're a loser. And that's why UK is having race riots right now. And that's why Europe is burning with that heat wave because you guys are being punished for everything that you did. You know what I'm saying? You guys are being punished for everything that you did, everything that you lied about, everything that you stole. You're gonna have to move further what? East now? West where you're gonna go now to avoid the heat. You know what I'm saying? To avoid the heat. No, see, there you go, spilling fake lies, Rick. Rick, a majority of y'all, the prisons and jails are packed with white people, Rick. Remember per capita, Rick? It's just black people get longer, extensive sentences, liar. See, Rick, I told you who you were. I told you who you were when you first came in. I told you who you were when you first came in, Rick. I told you who you were when you first came in, Rick. You're fake, Rick. You're pretending, you're Rick. You're pretending. You're pretending. And we putting the smack down on y'all lying YT racists, man. You can call it victim all you want to. Call it victim all you want to. You can call y'all always got a way to wiggle out of something. You always got a way to wiggle out of something. That's why you're being punished, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're being punished. I love the fact that all you racists are coming in here. I get to educate each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. So don't go nowhere now. When the truth starts coming out, don't run, cowards. We know y'all don't like accountability. Don't run, cowards. Don't run. Please don't run, cowards. Don't run, cowards. Y'all colonizers want to be everybody except who you are. Just be European. Just be the thieves that you are. Just be the nasty, dirty, don't wash your ass human being you've always been. Huh? Huh? Shouldn't y'all be out there snatching children somewhere or doing other things to your own children rather than in here bothering the indigenous? Have some respect, and better yet, have some respect for your children too. And I'm not alleging and condoning anyone go mess with the child. You know what I'm saying? But y'all really need to cut it out with your sick asses. Y'all got all this to say, but y'all won't come in here. You know what I'm saying? You talk Jesus Christ this, Jesus Christ that. Y'all better go in front of that goddamn Pope and get them Hail Marys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better go get that damn forgiveness, or I forget the Pope touching them too. Damn. You know what I'm saying? The Pope touching them too. Y'all taking turns. Y'all renting y'all children out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all renting y'all children out. That's what y'all doing. But y'all won't come here and talk about that. 29% of y'all population are made up of white men. Do you know out of those 29% of those white men, 77% of you white men are charged and convicted of child alone? And do you know that 60% of you same white men are charged and convicted of all S crimes in this nation? And while y'all are busy coming in here saying black, 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 did y'all know that y'all little YT devils are 69% of all of the crime reported in this country? Did y'all know? Oh, y'all don't know how to spew facts. Y'all don't know how to speak facts. Y'all are coming here and be so racist. You got so much to say. You're low IQ Neanderthals, but you don't know how to speak the truth. Oh, I'm here to tell you the truth. Oh, you can look it up. You can look it up, but you're not going to look it up because you don't want to be wrong. You're just going to keep regurgitating the same trash over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're gonna keep regurgitating the same trash over and over. And before y'all come with EBT, guess what? Y'all lead the way with that too. Y'all lead the way with that too. 37.4% of you Neanderthals had a 400-year head start, and y'all are still, you know what I'm saying, leading the way in EBT, SNAP, HUD, Section 8, and all of that. Huh? Y'all don't see us standing in the medians dirty with the same clothes on from a week ago. We see y'all doing it, holding a sign saying we'll work for food. I ain't gonna lie, I just want a beer. We've seen it all. Who are y'all talking to? Y'all are the real losers. When you get a 400-year head start and you still lose, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to circumvent, you know what I mean? To try, come on, man. We know who y'all are, man. We know who y'all are. We know who y'all are. Y'all see what happened to Jay Lang outside them BET Awards. This is the FAFO era right here. Now F around to find out about the truth. We know about your lies. F around to find out about the truth. But you gonna learn today. DJ say tell them. So DJ,
You
I
serve the
got you,
public,
DJ.
we serve you. We're Tyler
I got you, DJ.
Technologies, the technology
You
partner
know what I'm
trusted
saying?
by
I
more than
got you, DJ.
15,000
DJ
public
say
sector
tell them. I ain't gonna
organizations
let
with
you
the
down,
broadest set of
DJ. I
software and
got him, DJ.
solutions built for government. Find the right solution for your state at tylertech.com/solutions.
I got him. I got him, DJ. Don't worry about it, DJ.
Ever come across the term $5 Indians?
We did
It's
today.
one of those quirky historical tidbits that almost sounds made up. Imagine this late 19th century
I
America,
got you,
where for
DJ.
just
Let's do this, DJ.
$5,
Huh?
roughly
Let's
$150
do this.
today, someone could reportedly get themselves listed as Native American. This isn't a feel good story about cultural blending, though. It's about greed, ambition, loopholes, and the tangled mess of identity and bureaucracy.
Rick, if you want to do something for me, remove thy nasty ass from my land. Take your bubonic plague, take your diseases, take your thievery, take your pervertedness, take all of that back to the Western Hemisphere. Caucasus Mountains found way out in Russia. Take that on back. You know what I'm saying? That's right. That's right. We got another knuckle dragger. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got another knuckle dragger. I didn't say you was in Africa. Boy, you so stupid you can't even listen to learn. You so stupid you can't even listen to learn, boy. You know what I'm saying? I just said found way out in the Western Hemisphere in Russia. You just said I'm not in Africa. Shut up, stupid. I'm not in Africa either. But you on my land. I'm indigenous. That's what the whole conversation is about. I don't have to leave my country, but you gonna get the hell up out of here. I got proof that you came packed on a boat butt naked doing some egregious things to your ancestors on the way here. Huh? We know how y'all ate human beings. We know how you ate your mama when she was on her menstrual cycle. You know what I'm saying? We know about all that. Y'all nasty. We know y'all practice incest. Huh? I'm not Michelle Obama. See, when you go low, I don't go high. When you go low, I go lower. You see what I'm saying? I'm that guy. I'm that guy. That's right. I said it. You ate your mama while she was on her menstrual cycle. You know what I'm saying? I said it, and your mom is probably your sister too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 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 yeah. Your daddy is probably your uncle. We know how y'all roll. We know how y'all roll. Y'all keep it in the family. We know how y'all roll. Everybody get a turn with mama. She like a doorknob. Everybody get a turn. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the trailer park take turns. You know what I'm saying? Monday, that's Mr. Charlie. Tuesday, that's gonna be Tyler. You know what I'm saying? When boy, y'all got them coming in and out, boy. Y'all got it in and out, boy. Hmm. Yeah, your mama little cardboard vagina be getting around, don't it? Sandpaper ass vagina, boy. That thing get around, don't it? Huh? Mama got around, boy. Well, we know what y'all do, man, and please hide the kids, man. Please hide the kids. Y'all all in the stores right now. You know what I'm saying? Following children around because they got with their mama school clothes shopping. Y'all know school start back in August. Y'all around here following these children around Burlington's and Target and everywhere. Eyeing people, children like, I know what bus stop you gonna go to. You licking your lips. You know what I'm saying? You licking your lips. You somewhere on top of a power line looking down at the next child you want to grab. Uh-huh. I know what you're doing. Yeah, your ass land on top of a hot ass power line, stalking children, you nasty ass. You know what I'm saying? You nasty ass. We know what y'all do. 2977. Talk about that. Clean around your own front door before you come in here getting in black business. Y'all holler you got black fatigue, black fatigue, black fatigue, but you keep coming back for these black facts. You know what I'm saying? I got racist white fatigue. Y'all don't see me over there on y'all platforms. Hell no, because I ain't got enough respect for you to bring my intelligence over there and listen to your low degenerate ass IQ speak. This is, I can hear my brother speaking now with the ancestors. This is an adolescent mindset that you people suffer from. You know what I'm saying? This is an adolescent mindset that you people suffer from. Black people, FBA family, and even good white folks, I need y'all to hit that like button and subscribe button. But this trash up in here, you know what I'm saying? We taking out the trash today. We taking out the trash today. And this ain't for everybody. So good white folks, if it don't apply, let it fly. We rock with you. But you YT supremacists, oh boy, listen, I'm on your ass like bathwater, homie. I'm on your ass like bathwater. You know y'all don't like soap and water. You know y'all don't like soap and water. Huh? I'm on your ass like bathwater. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
These illegal land grabs have had an impact on people today, and the term
Yeah,
$5
they always
Indians has
bullying
become a
people. They
jab
bullying is
at
over,
people
boy. It's
who
gonna
are
be a lot
part
of
of the
Austin Metcalfs
wannabe
around here,
tribe
boy.
and the
You know what I'm saying?
pretendians. Today, we're digging into what
Say that again. Say that again. Somebody say black is the color of his tank top. Exactly. Exactly. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Mm-hmm. Get them big quick. Hey, listen, I got a crew in here this morning now. Yeah, it look like I got some FBA in here this morning now. Big Quali. Who is that? Nanino 1644? Yeah, I see you. I see you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I see you. I see you. If these haters got something to say, y'all can send a super chat. Put some melanin behind it. Other than that, we ain't recognizing you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't recognizing you. We don't talk to vampires. You got to invite vampires in. We didn't invite y'all in. Y'all like roaches. It's something that's not invited into our home. Y'all got that snow roach? Y'all got that snow roach? You got that? Let's go.
$5 Indians
Somebody say,
means,
wait, there's good
how it got
Neanderthals.
started, and why it still lingers in history. Let's travel back to the 1890s and explore this strange chapter. Hey everybody, this is Colonel Carson with Family
They
Tree
cooking
Nuts,
in the
and I'm a
chat.
professional genealogist and a
They
historian.
cooking in the chat,
In our
man.
videos entitled, No, You're Not Cherokee, and No, You're Still Not Cherokee,
Wait a
we have
minute,
had
man. I don't know who said that, but I like to laugh. I like a good joke, man. Who said who John Day John hey JD say, wait, that's good Neanderthals. Get him, John. Look, didn't I tell him not to start running when the truth came out? Look, you see they done ran already. You see that on red? We just 20 minutes into the live. I just turned on the truth and then I vacated the premises already. I wish y'all would leave America the same damn way. The same way y'all left this live when the truth came out, leave our land because the truth is coming out. You know what I'm saying? Leave our land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Leave our land.
Thousands of people make comments about $5 Indians, but I discovered that most folks had never heard the term. That's when I knew that it was time to make this video. At Family Tree Nuts, we build family trees for clients that either don't know how, don't have the time, or don't want to pay those expensive membership fees. We'd love to honor your ancestors for you. We also make history videos all over the United States and a few countries. So if you like videos like these, be sure to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Now back to the story. To get the full picture, we
Back
need
to the
some context.
colonizers.
By the late 1800s, the U.S. government was focused on managing Native American lands and resources.
I'm saying, why y'all always leaving though? Why? See, this is why y'all regurgitate trash because y'all don't hang around and get the truth. You'll come start things. You got your little whitewash history. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no confused brother here, but you sound like another grifter. You know what I'm saying? You sound like another grifter. Oh, another confused brother. Another brother that's married into the white culture and think he's white. You know what I'm saying? Another Officer Brandon Tatum, huh? That's what we dealing with right here with you. Huh? Huh? You a Hodge twin, huh? Get your Hodge ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You're ignorant. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You don't even know that the white culture is using you as a face to say to me what the hell they know they can't say to me. So they're using you as a black face, you Oreo, you double stuff, you goddamn moon pie. What the hell is you talking about? You damn Dalmatian.
Often through
You got too
policies
much
like
milk in
the
your
Dawes
coffee,
Act
boy,
of
to be talking to me.
1887. The plan was to divide the tribal lands into individual allotments for Native Americans, with any extra land made available for settlement. To decide who was qualified, they created the Dawes Rolls, official list of tribal members. It sounds organized.
Listen, white people, this is what you did, white people. And to you uneducated black folks who think you're white, you know what I'm saying? All you conservative little grifters, you token little N-words, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might want to learn something too. All you Samuel L. Jacksons. I miss you, boss. I'm so glad to see you, boss. I miss you the way a hog miss slop, boss. Yeah, I bet you do. You know what I'm saying? I bet you do. I bet you do. If you always wake up white and racist, yep, I always wake up like this. Yep, yep, I always wake up like this. Mm-hmm. Yep, indigenous and ready. Yep, I wake up like this. I sure do. I sure do. You always wake your child up that way? Huh? Putting your genitals where it don't belong? Do you always wake your child up that way? Huh?
But things quickly got complicated. Those allotments weren't just patches of ground, they held value, timber.
The only reason you don't have kids is because you ate them all. We know y'all are the cannibals too. Hmm? Yeah, we know y'all are cannibals too. Yeah, that's the only reason you don't have kids is because you ate them all. You devoured them. Huh? You use that A1 steak sauce on them, huh? What you use? Ranch dressing? Mayo? What you put on them when you ate them? Huh? Did you cook them all the way through? Was they well done or was they still like medium rare and bleeding in certain places? You know how y'all get down. You know how y'all get down.
Grazing fields, even oil in some.
I ain't from Africa, but guess what, dirty ass? You ain't in Europe either. You know what I'm saying? Get your knuckle dragging ass back over there where you need to be. Huh? Get your sunburnt ass, Tostito looking ass back over there where you need to be. Huh? That's what you need to do. Over here looking like a chameleon goddamn lizard. All kind of different colors. Looking like a bag of Skittles. You're all kind of different colors. How your face gonna be red. You know what I'm saying? Your nose gonna be blue. Your veins gonna be green. You know what I'm saying? You don't get your Christmas tree looking ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Your Christmas tree ass up out of here. Boy, you can't even run fast. You're moving slow motion. All y'all moving slow motion. You ever seen a white boy in a track meet? Don't worry, you won't. Don't worry, you won't. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. Hey, good black folks, you know what I'm saying? Good black folks, y'all hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? I'll deal with the snow roaches. You know what I'm saying? I'll deal with the snow roaches, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I'm gonna shut them down. I'm used to this. I'm gonna hurt their feelings, and by the end of the day, they're gonna be home in their room writing a manifesto. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna show up to a school. It's a good y'all know what they're gonna do. So if y'all see something, say something, because y'all know these people crazy. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, let me go ahead and put this memo out here too. Yeah. I got one more time to hear a story of a black person hanging. Now I ain't never saw a white person hanging ever before in my indigenous life. But I got one more time to hear one more story of a black person hanging in this country. And we gonna show you something. We gonna show you what it looks like to see a white boy hanging. You know what it looked like to see a black boy defending himself against a white bully, right? You know what that looks like. When we tell you to keep your hands to yourself, leave us alone, F around and find out. I got one more time to run across a story where a black man or a black woman has been hung in this country right here because we know it's you Neanderthals doing it. And then it's game on. And then it's game on. It's game on. I'm letting you know. That's all I'm gonna say. It's game on from there. I got one more time. It's game on.
Regions. And where there's value,
Black people, the same thing they doing to us, huh? And the same stories y'all hearing that they're doing to us, give it back to them. Give it back to them. Keep that Carmelo Anthony energy. Keep it going. Because all of them wake up on that Jeff Metcalf and that Aaron Metcalf type of time. And you got to show these vampires. Y'all give them the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Give them the same energy. If we hanging, they swinging too. You understand what I'm saying? If we swinging, they swinging too. If we dangling, they dangling too. You understand what I'm saying? Keep the same energy. There's nothing they can do to us that we can't do to them. They're only expecting you to stand down because they gave you that white line ass Bible that told you to turn the other cheek. I ain't turning no other cheeks. You gonna get belt the ass, foot the ass, hands to face. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be. Tell them about it, Jack. Tell them about it, Jack. We ain't here to play with them. We ain't here to play with them. Huh.
people always find ways to get in on it. The term $5 Indians comes from a scheme where some individuals, often settlers with no tribal
Grand Rising
ties,
Cherry Shortcake.
paid small
She make me
bribes,
hungry. I get a
typically
sweet
around
tooth every time her
$5
ass
to
come
get on
in.
those rolls.
I be
Their
thinking about
goal?
that doggone.
To claim land allotments.
Every time Cherry Shortcake come in here, man, I go to think about that strawberry cream cheese. Man, listen, I'm gonna get me a strawberry. I'm gonna get me a piece of strawberry cream cheese probably today. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get me some. I'm gonna get me some. Let's go. Y'all don't want y'all kids to feel like victims. Well, they gonna feel like victims coming up in here, boy. I ain't trying to spare them either. I ain't trying to spare them. Listen, I'm gonna put so much truth out there. Y'all daughters and y'all sons gonna fight on our behalf when y'all YT racist ass come running up here talking about a race war. Y'all know your sons and daughters out there getting the black pipe and the black love right now. You got mixed children in your family. You got mixed grandbabies right now. You in here being racist. You got mixed grandbabies and you in here being racist. Y'all secretly crushing on black men. Y'all secretly crushing on black women right now. Yeah. And you busy in here being racist. Look at you. Look at you. Change your culture. Change your culture. Look at you. Y'all will be the first ones to holler, it's 2026. Well, I'd like it, Neanderthal. Huh? I'd like it, Neanderthal. The wheel is round now, not square. I'd like it, Neanderthal.
It was fraud, no doubt. And it happened more than you'd hope. You've got no tribal ancestry, but you got $5 and a friend who knows a shady enrollment of.
Y'all welcome DJ to the tribe, man. Y'all welcome DJ to the tribe, man. D Johnson, y'all welcome D Johnson to the tribe. D Johnson came in here swinging with me this morning. I had to make him a moderator. Anybody that's gonna come to a brother, you know what I'm saying, aid like that, then stand up in the paint, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I could do battle with you any day. Y'all welcome DJ to the tribe, and he's gonna remain a moderator. You know what I'm saying? But DJ, I do have one requirement as being a moderator, though. I need to put up a profile picture, bro. We don't hide behind masks and cones, suits and hats and all of that. We show our face. We let these races know what the truth look like. So whenever you get time, brother, just put up a profile picture. Salute to you, DJ.
Official. You slip that cash under the table and maybe claim a distant
Welcome to
native
the
grandma
tribe,
that
brother. Welcome
no
to the
one can
tribe.
verify, and bam, you're on the list. Suddenly, you're allotted 160 acres that should have gone to an actual tribal member. Some estimates say that a few hundred to around 1,000 people pulled this off, especially in the 5 civilized tribes: Cherokee, Chickasaw.
All black. Listen. Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Black Seminole, Black Cherokee. Hold on. Cherokee, Choctaw, Seminole, Muskogee Creek Indian. I'm saying them so backwards right now. I got to say them in order that I know. Black Seminole, Black Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Muskogee Creek Indians. 5 civilized tribes. And they were all black right here in America, predating colonial times. Predating colonial times. The very tribes that Columbus left accounts about when he arrived on the coast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all won't tell the truth about it. Y'all won't tell the truth about it. Y'all didn't bring no damn slaves here. Less than 4% of those slave ships came to Northern America. Less than 4%. Y'all didn't bring no slaves here, but y'all came here making the indigenous prisoners of wars, reclassifying them into African American, black, and Negroes, and putting them on plantations. What the hell do you think the Trail of Tears is all about? Huh? Y'all were shipping out slaves, is what you were doing when you got here. You weren't importing them. No, no, no. Not in the Americas. Nah, nah, nah. You might have imported a few, you know what I'm saying? But not all the time. Y'all used those Indians. Y'all use those Indians. Now let the truth be told. Y'all only pulled up on the coast of Africa, you know what I'm saying, by the third century. You know what I'm saying? By the third century. Because y'all ran out of Indians to enslave in other native countries and continents. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So y'all pulled up with the Africans because y'all heard the Africans was already doing it with the Persians and the Arabs at the turn of the first and second century. See, I know what I'm talking about. Y'all pulled up on the third century, like, hey, what's up? Can we get some of them tribes? And then y'all want to lie, talking about black sold blacks into slavery. We ain't from Africa, dumbass. We wasn't sold into nothing. And when y'all left them ships and sailed across the Atlantic, when y'all left Europe, you know what I'm saying, on all them ships and sailed across the Atlantic, guess what? It wasn't no stories being told about y'all stopping by Africa. Y'all came straight here first. The English, the Dutch, all of them came straight here first. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, y'all was broke when y'all got here. Y'all had a big dream. Y'all was running from the Black Plague in Europe. It already took out over 60 million of y'all. See, y'all don't tell the truth. Huh? Y'all are the biggest immigrants on American soil. Act like it. You want to deport everybody else? Deport your damn self. Hop back on that Mayflower. Hop back on that Santa Maria. Hop back on that Pinta. Hell, you can freaking rebuild a good Jesus and pilot your ass on right on back over there to the good Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can do. That's what you can do. That's what you can do. Huh? Y'all don't think we know our history? Y'all don't think we know who we are? Huh? And if you don't know, now you know. Because I'm going to tell it. Huh? Damn it, I'm snitching.
Choctaw, Creek, and Seminole. The corruption wasn't subtle. Court records from the era show officials caught taking bribes, forged documents, and even fake testimonies. One guy,
Damn thieves. We saw fake testimonies in the Carmelo trial too. Look, they told us 2026. They ain't changed their ways yet. They ain't changed their ways yet. Good white folks, this ain't for y'all. We love y'all. We rock with y'all. If you diverse, if you all about content and character, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is not for you. We rock with you, not against you. But them YT racists, them nationalists, you know what I'm saying? Them Christian nationalists, oh, we on your head, boy. We on your head like them lice in them eggs, boy. We on your head, boy.
lawyer and eventual U.S. Senator named Napoleon Bonaparte Moore got busted for enrolling over 500 fake Indians.
You know, the ones like Rick coming in here talking about when he went to the reserve. Yeah, them fake Indians. Yeah, them fake mofos, them pretendians. Yep. I can't stand to hear white people coming here talking about they damn Indian. You know you can't cosplay being black because you ain't got the melanin. So now you want to cosplay being an Indian. How the hell you an Indian and you get a sunburn? How the hell you an Indian and you got blonde hair and blue eyes? How the hell you an Indian and you came here from Europe? How the hell? How the hell? You just proved that you come from a generation of liars. Your great great grandma was a liar too. May she rot in her lies. She was a liar too. Y'all whitewash all this damn history and think that people ain't gonna find out. I don't care how many books you burn, how many documents you change. I don't care how a stroke of a pen can erase someone's heritage. One thing you can't do is erase this damn cloud called the internet. The lies should have quit when the internet hit. You know what I'm saying? The lies should have quit when the internet hit, but y'all not intelligent enough for that. Y'all not intelligent enough for that low IQ Neanderthal elementary degenerates. You know what I'm saying? Your little snow roaches. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you little snow roaches. Y'all ain't smart enough for that. You ain't smart enough for that. Again, good white folks, if it don't apply, let it fly. We rock with y'all. We are not racist around here. We just like the truth and honesty. We rock with everybody. So it's not about your race. You know what I'm saying? It's about the truth and honesty. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For profit. The going rate? You guessed it, about $5 a head. It's almost comical until you realize the cost. Real Native families lost land, heritage, and wealth to these schemes. And here's the kicker. The Dole's rolls weren't just about land. They became the official record of tribal identity. Even today, some tribes use them to determine membership. So those $5 Indians didn't just steal property, they muddled the waters of who's really part of a tribe. The ripple effects were huge. By the time the Dolls Rolls closed in 1907,
No Nino, speak them facts, no Nino. Speak them facts, no Nino. DJ, don't forget to put that profile picture up, homie. I'll give you 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, brother. We don't cover our face. We ain't scared to tell the truth. We ain't worried about them pulling up on us. Let them pull up. You know what I'm saying? Let them pull up. Let them pull up. We ain't worried about that. We don't cover our face. You know what I'm saying? We let them see our face. No Nino, put a profile picture up. I got you. No Nino, you put a profile picture up. I got you. I don't know where Big Quali went, you know what I'm saying? But I'm waiting to see Big Quali too. No Nino, put a profile picture up. I got you. I'll have everybody in here lit up in blue. I'll have everybody in here lit up in blue. Don't play with me.
over 2/3 of tribal land, about 90 million acres, have been transferred out of native hands. The $5 Indians were just one piece of the puzzle, but they highlight how greed and systematic flaws screwed over entire communities. Families whose ancestors survived forced relocation, like the Trail of Tears, now watch their land shrink again, this time to con artists with a few coins. It's not all ancient history either. The term $5 Indian still pops up today, sometimes as a jab at people claiming native ancestry without proof. You've probably seen it, the old, oh, my great grandma was a full blooded Cherokee princess line, but they have no evidence. Most of those that say this have roots in Appalachia and are not connected to the $5 Indians. But for a tiny fraction of those making this claim, the story traces back to these frauds. The term $5 Indian is now used for anyone thinking that they're native, even if their family stories don't trace back to this illegal land grab. It's a catchphrase for all those that are part of the wannabe tribe and the pretendians. And for the tribes, it's a sore spot. Enrollment is sacred. It's about culture and belonging, not just paperwork. When outsiders gained the system, it didn't just take the land, it messed with identity. There's a flip side too. Some descendants of $5 Indians argue that they're legit.
They didn't just take the land, They mess with identity. Now we're getting into reclassification. They didn't just take the land, it messed with identity. You know what I'm saying? It messed with identity. Yeah. Yeah. He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? He's telling the truth.
Maybe great grandpa did have a tiny bit of native blood, but without solid records, it's a tough sell. And the tribes get to decide, not the government or some online DNA test. So, what's the lesson here?
And an online DNA test cannot determine that. If your great great grandmother was classified as an Indian in the 1700s, a DNA test is not going to tell you that she was reclassified as black in the 1800s. It's not going to tell you that. And y'all know who control this DNA testing. So if you're going to go through this DNA testing, go to Black Ancestry, blacknativeancestry.com. Blacknativeancestry.com. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The $5 Indian story is a unique glimpse into a larger tale, how America's land policies reshape lives and legacies in unexpected ways. It's a reminder that history can.
I tell these people all the time the lies should have quit when the internet hit. All Charlie Kirk had to do was do his research before he inflated them lies and statistics. Because Charlie Kirk started all of this. You know what I'm saying? Charlie Kirk started all of this. I love debunking the Charlie Kirk lies. I love debunking white people and watching y'all melt like, no, say it ain't so. Yes, it's y'all. That's why Europe is cooking right now. It's like a heat wave. Yeah, running through your continent right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm happy about it. Because I told y'all I'll put my son up against y'all made up son any day. I will put my SUN against y'all made up ass Jesus SON any day. Y'all talking about nobody knows the day or the hour that the sun will return. I know the day and the hour. All I gotta do is look at the forecast the day before and tell me when my sun gonna rise. What the hell is you talking about? Huh? Why is the sun the only thing on this earth that is an enemy of yours? Huh? Everything else benefits from the sun, benefits from that vitamin D, except your ass. We get bacon bits you stay in there too long. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Your ass will fry like an egg on the sidewalk. You stay out there too long. Not us though. We day walkers. You trying to get like us. You night crawlers. The hell is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Hell is you talking about?
Be messy, unfair, and downright bizarre. Next time you hear someone toss around that phrase $5 Indian, you'll know that it is more than a quirky saying. It's a symbol of a hustle that changed the map. So, now we know about the $5 Indians. What do you think? Have you heard this term before? What are your thoughts about the history of it all? Do you have any personal stories of the impact of the matter? We'd love to hear what you had to say in the comments below.
Yeah, they got up out of here, boy. That truth came out. Boy, they always running from the truth. Oh, no, Nino don't want to be a moderator. No, Nino ain't put no profile picture up yet, y'all. No, Nino don't want to be tried, but no, Nino is in here spitting facts, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, no, Nino is speaking facts, man. You know what I'm saying? But no, Nino won't put no profile picture up to where, you know what I'm saying, they can join the tribe. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good, little Nino. It's all good. Now let's get to it. Let's really piss
Watch
it
all
off.
FIFA World Cup matches on Fox 1. Available with YouTube. Now it's easy to watch.
Feeding the children, wells.
All y'all haters, get over here. Get over here, haters. Get over here. Leaving so soon? Are y'all leaving so soon? Man, we were just getting the party started. Y'all leaving so soon? Hmm? We could say the same thing about Crispus Attucks. Crispus Attucks was the same ordeal. Same ordeal.
And just people looking for good farmland without having to compete with the aristocrats in Virginia. Many had to cross the great dismal swamp to find these new opportunities.
This is how the Carolinas was stolen from the indigenous Indians, y'all. Those black Indians, they try to write out of history, y'all. Yeah. They tried to write us out, man. They want to call us African American. Y'all see how they always come in talking about Africa. But again, I can shut this whole live down if I tell these snow roaches to identify where they're really from. They're not going to do that. They're going to hide behind white. They're not going to tell you they're Irish, Dutch, Portuguese, and all this other stuff. They ain't going to tell you all of that. They're going to hide behind white. But they want to come in here and tell you that you from Africa. Huh? Ask them where they from. Ask them snow roaches where they originated from. Ask them. They ain't gonna tell you. They ain't gonna tell you. But they want to come in here and tell you from Africa though. Y'all tell them slimes to shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Tell them slimes to shut the hell up. We got that Carmelo Anthony energy going on. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch me, I won't touch you. You know what I'm saying? Touch me and see what happens.
And they made individual purchases of land from the various Native American tribes in the region who had been reduced by over a century of disease and war. Around the year 1660, there were 500 Europeans living along the Pasquotank, Perquimans, and Chowan rivers, surrounded.
Carmelo the Bully Slayer. That's what I like to call him. Carmelo the Bully Slayer. Yeah. So if you're gonna say it right. Carmelo the Bully Slayer. Huh? Yeah. Carmelo the Bully Slayer. Yeah, that's a fact, Cherry Shortcake. You know what I'm saying? They can't. They will say they're Italian. They're still, even if they say they're Italian, they're admitting that they're not from America. They're not American. You know what I'm saying? They're not American. Tell Austin to drop the soap. Better yet, tell Austin to drop the dirt. Tell him to stop playing in the dirt. Stop playing in the dirt, Austin. Stop playing in the dirt, Austin. You know y'all mother suckers dirty anyways. Get in here and wash your ass, Austin. Huh? Dirty ass. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We know how to roast too, homie. Y'all roast game is weak. I will make you cry, boy. I will make you cry, boy. It ain't nothing you can say to me that my creative, authentic ass can't come back and embarrass you, boy. Huh? You little dick freaker, you. You know what I'm saying? That's why your women come over here with the BBCs at y'all still working with Viennas, but we put the Johnson and Johnson on y'all Becky's. The Karens can get it too. You know what I'm saying? The Karens can get it too. Slap her right across the face with some hard black truths. Huh? Slap her right across the face with some hard black truths. Huh? Yeah. Put that penis of truth right across her face. Whop! Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Full of lying ass, thieving ass white people pretending to be Indians, pretending to be Japanese, pretending to be South Afrikaners, pretending to be Americans, pretending, yeah, you right, boy. The prison gonna be full of you PDF files, boy. You know what I'm saying? All y'all know y'all out here touching them kids. We got cameras. We looking. We see you. We gonna fill them jail cells up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, today marks the day. Which state is that that's starting a new thing? Yeah, all the PDFs they get put to sleep by a firing squad. Yeah. Y'all look it up. It starts today. I forget which state it's in, but today is July 1st. It starts today. You right, the fatigue is real. We've been tired of y'all sunburnt to a crisp ass. Get up out of here. You right. We tired of y'all diseases. We tired of y'all lies. We tired of y'all body odor. We tired of y'all lice. We tired of all of that. Get y'all ass up out of here. Take y'all sneezing, bubonic plague infested asses back to Europe where you come from in the 1400s. Huh? Take your ass back. You right. Fatigue is real. If you're that damn tired, why you got your snow roach primate ass in here in the first place? Huh? Why are you in here in the first place? We ain't busy. We ain't busy doing that. No, y'all busy doing that. Y'all busy doing that. See, that's just another lie. Y'all busy doing that. All crime is proximity based, stupid. So whites that live around whites, guess what? The white on white crime rate is extremely freaking high. Asians who live around Asians, that proximity base, guess what? Their crime rates are extremely freaking high. So common sense tells you, you damn degenerate, that if blacks are living among blacks, their crime rates are going to be freaking high against each other. Speak the truth, cockroach. You can't do that. You can't do that, cockroach. You ain't got that type of mind, cockroach. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got that type of mind, cockroach. Now you want to talk about white on white violence? You want to start with the White House? You want to start with the trailer parks or the HOAs? Where you want to start? Where you want to start? Because I could pull up multiple stories of y'all touching kids. I could pull up multiple stories of y'all unaliving people in schools, in supermarkets, in churches. I could pull up stories of y'all unaliving 3 presidents. I could pull up stories of y'all unaliving Charlie Kirk the jerk himself. Where you want to start at? Where do you want to start at? Huh? Trust me, these black people ain't out here hanging themselves like y'all busy talking about black on black crime. These truck drivers ain't out here driving into the goddamn black abyss and disappearing with their organs missing. We know who's doing it. Y'all still want to talk about black on black crime? Let's talk about all the land you stole. Let's talk about colonization. We could bring Israel in this conversation too. Y'all still want to talk about white on white crime? Huh? Huh? Let's talk about slavery. Y'all still want to talk about white on white crime? Let's talk about Jim Crow, who wasn't even a real freaking human being, a goddamn TV show. You know what I'm saying? That y'all got at least 90 to 100 years of racism out of too. You still want to talk about this? You still want to talk about this? You don't want to talk about that. Don't get quiet now. Hey, y'all remember the Holocaust? Y'all will never let us forget it. Y'all still want to talk about white on white crime? Huh? What about indentured servitude? What about the Irish? What about what y'all did to the Italians? Do y'all still want to talk about white on white crime? Because that was before y'all let them in a white club, homie. Yeah, 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 yeah. That was before 1618 when y'all came up with white. Huh? That's back when y'all was identifying by who the you really were. If you were German, you were German. If you were Dutch, you were Dutch. If you were Roman, you were Roman. Huh? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I ain't triggered. I'm telling the truth. You think I'm triggered. I'm having fun, boy. I'm having fun. I already know roaches ain't that smart. You know what I'm saying? But if I got the potential to teach a roach not to come out when the lights come on, you got a better chance of surviving, boy. You know what I'm saying? If you move around at night, you know that sun is hot. You don't move around in the light. I'm trying to teach you, Roach. Stay here while the lights is on. You know what I'm saying? Stay here while the lights is on, you snow roach. You know what I'm saying? Stay here.
By 30,000 Native Americans. Both groups were quite
Y'all still want to talk about black on black crime? Cause I still got more stories I could tell you about white on white crime that y'all seem to be overlooking. Do y'all still want to have that conversation? Do y'all still want to have that conversation? Do you? Do you? Because I could always talk about how you white men beat the hell out of your women too. And I even got on how what y'all do to your little chihuahuas and your little dachshunds and shih tzus and stuff. I ain't touched on that yet. You know what I'm saying? If y'all walk out to that barn, you know what I'm saying, and you hear a horse going, "Roar," we know exactly what you are doing to that horse. I'm not done. Y'all want to talk? Do y'all want to have a conversation? Do y'all want to talk about how y'all pulled up on every damn country and continent? Y'all know what y'all did to the Asians, right? The Japanese. Do y'all remember that? Y'all are paying reparations. I think you remember that. Huh? Do we still want to talk? Do we still want to talk? Because you can't name one time anybody black left their indigenous land and went and conquered and colonized and raped other people. Huh? Did any of that. But we can name many a times throughout history with y'all snow roaches. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm giving you statistics. I'm giving you history, dummy. You sound stupid. I'm giving you history, dummy. Don't you know the United Daughters of the Confederacy Act is the reason that you guys really aren't victimized, that the truth really aren't told in these damn history books? It's the reason that McGraw Hill write these history books. Boy, you are uneducated, boy. I tell you, boy, pick up a book and read something. You know what I'm saying? Pick up a book and read something, boy. You uneducated, boy. You don't inhale too many swastikas. You know what I'm saying? You under the influence of racism, bigotry, and stupid. Yeah, yeah. He goes some bar soap. Go wash your ass and clean up your ass. Don't just wash your hair, wash your ass. You know what I'm saying? You goddamn caveman. Yeah, yeah.
happy to be living outside of the bounds of any English authority. The English were spread out on separate parcels of land, often only accessible by rivers. Every freeman operated an estate.
Spreading hate and division. Yep, just like every saltine cracker in this goddamn country and world has ever done. Huh? Huh? What did the William Lynch letter do in 1712? Wasn't it spreading hate and division among blacks? What did Christianity, what was it designed to do? Huh? Tell the truth about it. Stop playing victim. Y'all pork rinds need to learn how to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all pork rinds need to learn how to tell the truth. All y'all do is lie, lie, lie. That's why y'all curse, man. Y'all don't even get it. That's why y'all curse. That's why the sun don't smile upon you. You know what I'm saying? That's why the sun don't smile upon you. That is why y'all curse, man. Real talk. It ain't never dawned on y'all just to tell the truth. When you tell the truth, you can bring people together, right? And then you make the necessary amendments you need to make to start the healing process. When you lie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you think life is good. I guess life is good for you. Hell, you can't even procreate. You can't reproduce. Life can't be too good. You can't be too happy unless you're gay. Then you ain't got to worry about reproducing, huh? That explains why you happy. Are you part of the rainbow community? Huh? Because your life can't be good if you can't reproduce. You know what I'm saying? You think your woman eggs scrambled. Her eggs ain't scrambled. You know what I'm saying? She come to the black part, you know what I'm saying? We making omelets with them eggs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't even reproduce. Your birth rate's dropping. You're getting skin cancer at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are dying faster than anybody else. You can't tell the truth. All y'all got at least 3% of doggone fucking Neanderthal in your bloodstream. Don't y'all know black people are the only people who have 100% pure human DNA? Huh? Oh, y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that y'all was mixed with dog, pig, and primate? Y'all didn't know that? Why y'all think y'all got hair all over your bodies like the monkey do? Huh? Why do you think you smell like a wet dog when you're wet? That might be that German Shepherd your great great grandma humped when she made you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Why do you think y'all fry in the sun like a piece of bacon? You know what I'm saying? Racism ain't getting the best of me. I'm endeavoring in what y'all love. Wasn't this country built on racism? Why you hating on me? Wasn't this country built on racism by your forefathers? Why are you hating on me? Hmm? And stupid, just so you know, black people can't be racist. We could be prejudiced. You just mad because my jokes are hilarious and factual. We can be prejudiced. We can't be racist. We ain't never had a sundown town. We ain't never had slaves. Well, there was black slave owners, but we didn't implement slavery. You know what I'm saying? We didn't implement Jim Crow. We didn't implement redlining. We didn't implement the war on drugs and mass incarceration. We didn't do all of that. Huh? We ain't never bombed and tore down or marched through, by angry black mobs, you know what I'm saying, busting out people's windows with tiki torches and mohawks and gunning people down as they ran out of burning homes. We never fed anyone's baby to alligators. We never raped your women. We tear their ass up. Now they come to the hood wanting that BBC though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, at least the white women getting smart. They know to come over here and get the melanin. They want to protect their children. So they come over here having black babies. Oh, see how we use that 1/8 rule against y'all? That one drop rule? See how it worked against you? Uh, see how it worked against you? See how it worked against you? Huh? Becky loved the blackness. Hey, I deal with less racist white women in this chat. And all the majority of the racists I deal with are YT men. Are YT men. My chat can validate that. You know what I'm saying? It don't, I'm telling you, the salute to the white women, man. Salute to the white women, because the white women, you know what I'm saying, they know the truth. The white women are letting us know that y'all like children. You know what I'm saying? The white women are letting us know that y'all are PDFs. You know what I'm saying? They letting us know. I mean, I got multiple accounts I can pull up now if y'all want to hear this. Now, I'm putting a mirror in front of your face showing you your reflection, vampire. Now, the only reason you ain't trying to change your ways because the vampire can't see his reflection. I understand that, but a vampire can hear. Heary. You know what I'm saying? Change your damn ways. You know what I'm saying? We don't need all that in this country, man. And salute to the good white folks. This ain't for the good white folks. It's for the YT supremacists. It's for the racists. It's for the very people that's commenting right now in this chat. You know what I'm saying? So if you are good white people, good black people, you know what I'm saying? Ain't none of this for you. Ain't none of this smoke for you. We rock with you. You know what I'm saying? We rock with you. But these YT supremacists, these racists, these Charlie Kirk, you know what I'm saying? Vienna sausage beaters around here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We on their necks, boy. We on their necks, boy. We love good white folks. We love good folks, period. But we ain't gonna do it, you racist YT people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all days are numbered, boy. It's gonna be a bunch of Austin Metcalfs walking around here, boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's get it though. Telling somebody spewing hate. Y'all around here changing doggone congressional voting maps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, telling somebody spewing hate. What you mean? They won't pay reparations, but we spewing hate. What the hell you mean? You pay all the non-white people. You know what I'm saying? You pay all the non-white people spewing hate. Y'all won't even admit that the damn little white boy should have kept his hands to himself and his dirty ass would still be breathing. But y'all want to come around. Carmelo's a kid. Well, Rick Chow is an unaliver too. George Zimmerman is an unaliver too. Kyle Rittenhouse is an unaliver too. Derek Chauvin, Daniel Penny, Darren Wilson. Do I need to keep going? All of them are unalivers too, in which y'all bitter asses supported them. Y'all bitter asses supported them. They were unalivers. Now you're all in black people inbox because we support Carmelo. Y'all are supporting the kid. You damn right. You damn right. You damn right. Y'all support Donald Trump. What is he? That boy's out there blowing up boats like it was a video game. That boy out there blowing up Venezuelan boats. The hell you mean? Shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Shut the hell up.
Where he had essentially dominion over all. One early settler, a man named Nathaniel Batts, abandoned his wife in Virginia in the 1650s to live and trade furs with the Yeopen people. Batts bought a piece of land from them and continued to be their source of English goods.
Black people, enjoy this. Good white folks, enjoy this. When y'all see angry mobs of YT supremacists and YT nationalists like these right here playing victim, enjoy this. This is their guilt. But they want us to be convinced that they suffer from black fatigue. No, they suffer from black obsession. That's why their YT asses are in here. You see what I'm saying? Because if you was suffering from black fatigue, you wouldn't want nothing to do with black. You know what I'm saying? So why is your non-black ass in here? You know why? Because y'all have a history of being nosy and never been able to mind your business, sticking your nose where it don't go. And then you always get that work. Then you always get in your feelings. Then you always play victim. You know what I'm saying? Then you always play victim when to label somebody a racist. You dumb, uneducated Neanderthal degenerate should know that a black person cannot be racist. Huh? Y'all have controlled 93% of this government forever and a damn day. Huh? White House was built by a black man and you named it the White House. Who's racist? Who's racist? You know what I'm saying? Who's racist? Nope, you're not allowed under this tent. Nope, get your ass from under my tent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get your ass from under my tent. Or I could remove you. Or I could remove you. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, I came with a crew just like Austin Metcalf did. We can move you. Now, y'all is busy saying Carmelo should have just got up and left. And dog Rogger, whatever type of name that is, you raw dogging your child. I think that's what you're saying right there. If you was smart, you go ahead and leave from under my tent, or we can move you. And we won't have a court case. We won't have a court case. Watch this, y'all. Y'all Carmelo Anthony his ass. Tribe, Carmelo Anthony, raw digger. Austin Metcalf from y'all. Metcalf that boy. You know what I'm saying? Metcalf that boy. Y'all see Dog Rogger right there in the chat? Yeah. Yeah. Y'all go ahead and Metcalf that boy. Don't worry, I'll Metcalf him. Let me show you. I'm gonna do the same thing Carmelo did. Watch this. Watch this. I told you should have just walked away, got the hell from under my tent. Poof! I told you, boy. I told you, boy. I told you, boy. Nope, you ain't allowed under my tent. Carmelo wasn't allowed under your tent. Didn't Austin walk up with 4 people? Huh? I got people too. Call me Austin. Huh? Yeah, I got a hunter in the chat too. I got a hunter in the as a moderator. All of them hunters. I'm Austin, and I got some hunters. They all lit up in blue, and we hunting for vampires. You know what I'm saying? Kilgore, are you next? Kilgore, are you next? Kilgore, are you next? Kilgore, are you next? Huh? Huh? Do I have a hunter in the chat? Kilgore, are you next? Don't care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't be here. You better know how to act when you come up in here. Wipe your feet on the mat, sit your ass in the back of the bus, in the back of the class, and don't say a word if we don't address your vampire ass. You know what I'm saying? Kilgore, you got one more time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put Hunter Metcalf on you. Storm, you're gonna be Hunter Metcalf this time. Storm, we like to role play. You're gonna be Hunter Metcalf. If Kilgore say one more thing, you know what I'm saying? Hunter Metcalf his ass. Put that Carmelo Anthony on him. Put that Carmelo Anthony on him. If he say one more thing, put that Carmelo on his ass. Say one more thing, put that Carmelo on his ass. Huh? Yeah. Put that comment. One more thing. One more thing. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? We gonna double up. We gonna double up. If that old if Brahma, whatever that is right now, you know what I'm saying? Lady J, you know what I'm saying? The Jada Pickett wannabe. If Brahma say one more thing, you know what I'm saying? I want them out, hey, Carmelo they ass too. That's our new thing right here. We're gonna call it Carmelo. They want to get Carmelo, they gonna get Carmelo. You know what I'm saying? Come on, we're gonna Carmelo 35 of them. They gave Carmelo 35 years. We're gonna Carmelo 35 of them. We're gonna boot them right up out of here. Come on. Come on, say something. Don't just leave voluntarily. We would love to kick you out. Come on and get Carmelo. Come on. But Carmelo they ass. Come on. Come on, say something. Say something, Braun. Don't bitch up now. Say something. Y'all got so much to say. Come on. Come on. Come on. Say something. Say something. Hey. Say something. You say Kilgore gave me pale fatigue. They out in Harry Carey voice. I know they search for black content. They always in here. They done tell you they got black fatigue. Y'all love us. That's the truth. Y'all love us. If y'all just knew how to act, it wouldn't be so bad. Y'all got to come in with all your racism. You know what I'm saying? All your bigotry. You know what I'm saying? Can't we all just get along? You know what I'm saying? Hey, they must have excused themselves. They did a church finger, y'all. They held a little one finger up and they exit. They ain't said nothing yet. Come on, get Carmelo. You ain't want to join Austin? You want to tell Austin hello? Come on. Come on. Look, they don't want to say nothing now. They don't want to say nothing. Scary ass. Y'all only show up in angry mobs of white men. Y'all only bad when y'all got GUNs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there you go. Hey, Carmelo that pig. Carmelo that pig. We want bacon. We like bacon with our eggs. You know what I'm saying? I just spotted a wild hog. Hey, Brown, can we Carmelo? Can we Carmelo Brown? Get them from under our tent. This shouldn't be this fun. Oh my God. We know they was bullies. We all know they was bullies. You know what I'm saying? We all know they was bullies. They know they was bullies too. They listen, man. This is the only thing they won't say. I'm gonna go ahead and say it for them, y'all. Hold on, let me drink my water. My mouth dry, man. hell from under our tent. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all why they mad, man. The only thing they're mad about that they really won't say is that a black guy unalived a YT guy. If you notice, when it's them, they get off. When we do it, well, we get the book thrown at us. You know what I'm saying? We guilty. They did it to Officer Muhammad Noor. Y'all look that up. Black officer accidentally unalived a white woman that actually called them. She startled him, and he fired around. Boom, and yeah, he got locked up. You know what I'm saying? They only do it to the black people, but they figure it's okay for them to do it to us. It was okay for Austin to touch Carmelo because Carmelo was black and Austin is YT. That was okay. That was okay. That's why they're overlooking that. That was okay. They're used to that. That's supposed to happen in this country. They think they have YT privilege and YT supremacy. You know what I'm saying? So they're mad that Carmelo stuck up for himself. They're mad that Carmelo, just like OJ, took the life of one of them. That's why they're upset, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it is. They're racist. These people have no humanity, no equality in them. They're completely racist. I'm not racist. I'm truthful. I have fun trolling a racist. Yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a comedian at heart. I have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? I know how to troll a troll. Ain't nothing about me racist. Right. When have they ever? When have they ever? But they know who to mess with and who not to mess with. They know who to debate and who not to debate. I cook pork every day. Y'all know say I quit them pulled pork sandwiches left up out of here, boy. I've been cooking pulled pork for over an hour. My first batch I put out there in between them buns, boy. Them sandwiches flew out of here quick. Y'all didn't see that pulled pork sandwiches flying up out of here, boy. Hey, boy, I'm telling you, they was selling like hotcakes, boy. They got up out of here, boy. They just weren't selling back to where the hell they sold here from. Let's go. They got the right one. Let's get educated, y'all. Let's get educated. I love
And
dealing
to the
with trolls.
settlers, Bats was a sort of de facto governor who could settle disputes and knew the native languages. But then in 1662, Governor Berkeley of Virginia appointed Captain Samuel Stevens to be sheriff over the region, which he referred to as the Southern Plantation. And he also issued grants of land to individuals in complete disregard to lands previously sold to settlers by the natives.
I'm going to walk you through how the Carolinas were stolen from indigenous Black Americans. And we're not doing surface level history.
Wait, did he say it was stolen from indigenous Black Americans? It must have been stolen by some immigrant white Europeans. It must have been a colonizer. It could have been a Spaniard. It could have been the Dutch. It could have been Portugal. You know what I'm saying? It was them colonizers, man. It could have been Italy. You know what I'm saying? It was them colonizers, man. It was them colonizers, man. I'm telling you. It's the ones that cosplay being everything. Y'all done seen all these movies and seen them dressing up like samurais, like they Japanese, dressing up like they Asians. Now they trying to cosplay being Native American. If you don't play who the hell you is and who the hell you are with your two left feet, your no coordination, and your ability to move slow as fuck and just be white, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Carmelo didn't want to end up like Trayvon. There was no reason for Austin to act like an oh exactly, exactly, exactly. Facts, facts. But they won't admit that, man. They won't say that. They won't say that. They won't say that. He comes. Those twins comes from a racist family. You know what I'm saying? They come from a racist family, and I guarantee that Hunter will never bully anyone again. I guarantee it. Just like I guarantee this ain't over for Carmelo. It's just the beginning. He's strong. He'll be okay.
Tonight, we're talking systems. We're talking about law. We're talking about how land theft, hostage taking, enslavement, exportation, religious conversion, and racial reclassification all work together to erase entire indigenous nations from the Carolinas specifically. Of course, they did this all across the Americas, but tonight we're going to focus on the Carolinas a bit.
We know about slavery, but few discuss paper genocide. We did not all come from Africa, and most of us have Aboriginal roots that were stripped away due to reclassification and miseducation. As a native Black American and a member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, I understand the importance of tracing your lineage. If you want to learn how to trace your genealogy and apply for tribal citizenship, go to nativeblackancestry.com to schedule a consultation.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British. Man, quite frankly, you was kings Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them. And this shit get way deeper than your pigment.
You see,
I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna get back on that whole Christian thing too. I ain't done. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna attack the colonizer, I'm gonna attack the colonizer's religion too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right, and that's what the Black Moors did. The Black Moors went around and treated other people as being equal. They set up trade deals and settlements, and they built things. They bought math. They built, man, they built restrooms and portal potties. They taught, man, come on, man. That's all they had to do. The Moors went everywhere that the colonizers went, but you don't hear the same stories about the Moors taking over. Did the Moors have wars with Indians? Yes, they did. They did. It's documented. Yes, they did. And the same ones that the Moors went to war with are the same ones in which the Confederacy stole their damn flag. I'll let you do that work yourself. I'll let you look that up yourself.
over time, these indigenous communities get relabeled Black. And if you understand this, you understand why so many of our families in North and
Wait,
South
I
Carolina.
want to touch on something, Mr. Passion Sense. Wait a minute. I want to touch on something. I want to touch on something. I want to touch on something. Mr. Passion Sense say, shh, they still punishing Haiti to this day for running them Peckerwoods off way back when. They mad for a multitude of, you know why they still mad at Haiti? You know why they put it in that doggone line behind Bible about sorcery and witchcraft and all of that? Because that's exactly what them Haitians put on their ass, that voodoo. It's documented. That's exactly what them Haitians put on the French and the British. They put that voodoo on their ass. Huh? That's why the Bible tell you it's evil. Them white men was scared of that shit. They seen it actually work. You know what I do? You know what I do? Huh? Do you know what I do? Yeah, I still work my altar. I don't believe in that white man religion. I believe in the same thing them Haitians believed in. You know why? Cause I seen it work. Yeah. I ain't never seen Jesus work. And I know what God did in the Bible, boy. God unalived lots of people, boy. God was a jealous God. What you jealous of and you the most high? You know what I'm saying? I just want to know. I just want to know. So yeah, I keep it real with my roots, homie. You know what I'm saying? I keep it real with my roots. I will put that magic on you. I will root your ass so quick. Play with it. I will root your ass so quick. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I put a hex on you out there, Jesus, to try to take off of you, boy. You know what I'm saying? I do exactly what them Haitians do. You want to see if your God really exists? Tell him to take this hex off of you. Because I know how to work it. I know how to work it. Oh, yeah. See, I ain't scared to tell you who I am. Huh? I'm grounded in my roots, literally and figuratively. I do the same thing them Haitians did. I wish you would. I put them on you, your family, and everything. They curse right now. They curse right now. That's why the sun is getting hotter. No matter where you go around the world, even in Europe, you know what I'm saying? It's hot. It's hot. You know what they can't stand? The heat. That's why they love the fact that we had an extended winter. You know what I'm saying? Winter is gone. We done turned up the heat on their ass. They cursed. They cursed. 1,000 of them just died in Europe from heat exhaustion. I guarantee they wasn't black Europeans. I guarantee they weren't black. That's already 1,000 YT races gone. You know what I'm saying? Nature is doing it for us, y'all. Nature is doing it for us.
Carolina show up as free persons of color, mulatto, or just colored with no clear African
They
arrival
all
record.
gone. I told y'all.
You
He
see, the
running with
theft
two
wasn't
big
just
folks.
physical, it was administrative. And we got to start at the top. You see, the Carolinas were not random frontier settlements, they were engineered, granted by King Charles II to 8 lords proprietors. Some of you guys have never even heard of the lords proprietors. I'm going to give you the names tonight. One of them is Sir William Berkeley. The same Berkeley.
No, Nino. You can't tell truth like that. You gonna make them deny the truth again, no Nino. No, Nino. You can't be dropping hot facts like that. You know they can't take that. They gonna play victim and yell per capita. You can't do that, no Nino. No, Nino said a dysfunctional family at that. The parents aren't married. Austin was raised by a single mother. Yeah. But Carmelo wasn't. Oh, more facts. More facts. Mr. Passion Sense says, I see white people who down there look high yellow from all that tanning they be doing. That's all right. They skin gonna be falling off by the time they 30. Do we run around here like the wicked with the, I'm melting, melting. It's okay. And why they tanning? Why they trying to be black? Hmm? Hmm? Why they trying to be black? Huh? They going for that phenomelanin. That phenomelanin. We got that carbon 12 melanin. You know what I'm saying? But boy, we built for it. We day walkers. We are the superior. They know they inferior. They just don't want to admit it, man. You know what I'm saying? They grow hair all over their body because they come from cold regions of the earth. They're not from here. This is a hot region. You know what I'm saying? This is a hot region.
Who governed Virginia when racial law hardened into hereditary slavery. That's important.
Okay, let me clean that up for you, no Nino, because someone could mistake that. Now you got, if you're gonna drop this knowledge, you got to be precise. All right. Now, the more you're speaking of that politic, the Santa Maria, what you're saying is true, but what you're not saying is they're not Black American. They're not foundational Black American. They were what? African. African was always involved in the slave trade. Africa was always involved in the slave trade. There's a difference between a Black African and a Black American. I am speaking foundational Black Americans. I have no ties to Africa. I can give a damn what Africa did. Africa owed reparations, God owed reparations, America owes reparations. Because God did condone slavery in that Bible too. So we got to clean that up. We have to clean that up, no Nino. They was of African descent. That was an Islamic Moor, a West African Islamic Moor that navigated the Santa Maria. Those are the same ones who also sold other tribes of Africans, not their tribe, other tribes of Africans into slavery. And it was a slave trade. Let's not forget it was called a slave trade. It wasn't no wars. It wasn't no conquering. Pull up. We'll trade a slave for what you got. You got cotton. You got scissors. You got some beads. You got some weapons. Got some tobacco. What you got? What can we trade you? What can we trade you?
Because Berkeley presided over the moment that race stopped being descriptive and started being legal code. You see, in Virginia, laws like Partus Sequitur Ventrum in 1662 made status follow the mother. Baptism no longer changed bondage in 1667. Violence against the enslaved was legally shielded in 1669. And that's not random legislation. That's the moment identity became inheritable property. Now take that mindset and move south into Carolina. Carolina was a corporate land project, a proprietary colony. Land was a grantable asset. Governance was
Damn. Hey, Mr. Passion Sense is getting off of here. Mr. Passion Sense say they age in minutes anyway, so that wouldn't work for them. Damn, you make it like they age as quick as dogs do. Damn, he said they age in minutes. Damn. Damn. Damn, they age in minutes. Damn.
tied to ownership. Indigenous territory wasn't treated as sovereign land, it was treated as charter property
y'all done got Cherry
waiting to be
Shortcake started.
distributed. From the beginning, the Carolinas were built on indigenous homelands. Yamasee, Catawba, Kusabo, Congaree.
Y'all done got the albino, light-skinned, red baby started down. Look at Cherry Shortcake. Look at Cherry Shortcake. Look at Cherry Shortcake going in. Going in.
Yakima, Santee, and many more. And before African importation ever occurred, the labor system depended heavily on indigenous captivity. Charleston, originally called Charlestown, was not just a port.
And let me say this. Salute to the beautiful women in the chat. Salute to the beautiful, conscious, strong, successful women in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Salute to y'all. And thank y'all for doing the real work rather than indoctrinating our people and rushing them into church to give their money to a lying-ass pastor. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for waking our people up, women, rather than indoctrinating our people. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. And we need more ladies, man. We only have 23% of women that follow us. Man, I'm not handsome enough for y'all ladies to follow me, man. I ain't handsome enough, man. Only 23%, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I give it up to the fellas. The fellas are following me. The fellas come in like at 70-something%. You know what I'm saying? But damn, ladies, what y'all trying to say? I'm ugly or something? They're like, why you laughing? You ugly for real, boy. What I'm saying though, you know what I'm saying? Why y'all can't follow me? Don't pay attention to my ugliness, okay? Don't pay attention to my ugliness. I know I'm hideous, all right? I may be hideous, but I'm intelligent. You know what I'm saying? I'm intelligent, but I'm hideous. I'm hideous, but I'm intelligent. And I'm sometimes funny too. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, y'all should know. You know what I'm saying? I lit a pipe. I told y'all I was stupid. Let's go. Ladies, invite a friend. Pretend it's church. Invite a friend. I wear a skirt.
It was a processing center, a human processing center. Settlers and traders coerced indigenous communities into debt through the deerskin trade, and then seized women and children as payment. Hostage taking became normalized. Indigenous children were kidnapped and sold. Entire communities were destabilized. And when resistance came, the response wasn't negotiation, it was export. Indigenous captives were shipped to the Caribbean, Barbados, Jamaica, other British islands. And why? Because
yes, the original Moors were African. They were West African, Islamic West Africans. That is why the YT race hates Islam. That is why they don't talk about the Moors much, because they want to take credit for everything that the Moors did. It was the Moors that saved Rome during the fall of Europe. You know what I'm saying? it was the Moors. The Moors they ruled what they call the Dark Ages, the medieval times, from 711 all the way up until 1492. You know what I'm saying? From 711 up until 1492, Black Moors ruled globally. Safe to say, definitely Europe. There would be no Europe right now if it wasn't for the Moors. They taught YTs how to wash. They set up sanitary sewage, you know what I'm saying, systems, mathematics, pre-algebra, algebra, hospitals, schools, roadways, bridges, power. Yeah, they bought power, power, not lanterns, not candles, power, electric. Zzz, you know what I'm saying? Shock your ass. Yeah. They just want to tell the truth about it. Do your research. From 711 to 1492, the arrival of you know who. See, while they was leaving Europe and fleeing in the 1400s, the Moors came in like, nah, we know what to do. But the Europeans had already left. Few stayed behind. That was during the Black Plague, the bubonic plague, what they call the Black Death. See, they ain't gonna talk about all this history. They ain't gonna talk about all this history. And I'm telling you, you get what I'm saying is validated. You can look it up. Their job was to never give black people credit, not even the Moors, for being smarter and saving them. They want to take credit for it, so they wrote the Moors' history out. So from 711 all the way until 1492, that was all the Moors. They ruled for over 700 years. Yes, facts. Facts. You can put that butt on your grits, homie.
Exporting them removed their geographic knowledge, severed kinship networks, and prevented organized resistance. Export was counterinsurgency. That's military strategy. Remove the people who know the land. Remove the people.
Wait a minute. Why talk about it when I could be about it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If they gonna take it out to school, I'm gonna put it in our school. Why talk about it and tell y'all about it when I could be about it? You know what I'm saying? Y'all bear with me. Give me a moment, please. Give me a moment. I just need a moment. I just need a moment.
Rewriting of who belonged at the.
I'm not coming on Saturday. I'm strapped for cash.
You should sell some stuff on Depop. There's no selling
Watch
fees.
this.
They didn't
This.
forget the Moors. They buried them. Because you don't accidentally leave out 700 years of rule. You don't oops your way past the fact that Black Muslim Africans governed large parts of Europe longer than the United States has existed. You don't just miss that in the curriculum. That kind of absence is intentional. Ask yourself something simple. If the Moors were insignificant, why hide them? History doesn't work that way. Losers get erased, threats get minimized, and the Moors were both powerful and inconvenient. From 711 to 1492, large portions of Europe, especially the Iberian.
God damn, that boy good. God damn, that boy good, man. Look how smart I am. I should get plenty yum yum. I should get plenty yum yum. The ladies don't even like smart men anymore. Ladies ain't attracted to smart, intelligent black men anymore. Look how good I am. Boy, I pinpointed that. I pinpointed that. I told y'all from 711 to 1492. Do I do my research or what? I told y'all. I told y'all. Yeah, man. I told y'all.
Peninsula were under Moorish rule. Not raids, not brief occupations, governance, cities, law, education, infrastructure. 7 centuries of influence, stability, and intellectual.
7 centuries is 700 years. You know what I'm saying? 7 centuries. A century is 100 years. We're talking about 7 centuries. That's 700 years of erased black history, black rulership. Yeah, I told y'all they rewrote history, man. The United Daughters of the Confederacy Act, man. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Everybody do their own thing, FBA on this internet. I stay in my lane. I do my thing. I like history. I like holding people accountable. It can sound racist. I'm not racist. I'm telling the truth. All I want is truth and accountability. That's all I'm asking for. I get labeled a racist because I'm putting it in your face, showing you why you have power, why you have authority, why you are entitled. I'm showing you. I'm showing you. I just showed them where the term black and white came from just a couple of days ago, and they got all hysterical about that. I shut the live stream down because they would not admit where they were from. Y'all can search my timeline and find that. That was a very powerful live stream. That was just a few days ago.
Dominance. Yet in school, you might get a sentence, a footnote, maybe a vague reference to Muslim invaders who were eventually pushed out so Europe could become itself. That framing alone is a lie, because when the Moors arrived, Europe wasn't leading anything. No Renaissance, no scientific revolution, no universities to brag about. Most of the continent was fragmented, illiterate, and locked into feudal systems that kept knowledge in the hands of a few. Then the Moors show up, and suddenly Europe starts changing. Cities like Cordoba, Seville, Granada, and Toledo become centers of learning. Libraries holding hundreds of thousands of books when the rest of Europe could barely muster a few dozen. Street lighting, running water, advanced agriculture.
Didn't I tell y'all they bought power? Didn't y'all just hear them say street lights? Didn't y'all just hear them say running water? You know what I'm saying? Didn't I tell y'all they set up sewage systems? Huh? Didn't I tell y'all all this? I have nothing but listen, I don't watch cartoons. I don't watch news. I don't read anything that does not give me knowledge or feed my mind or raise my level of intelligence. You understand what I'm saying? Anything less would be a waste of my time and a waste of a great brain. My brain retains information like a filing cabinet. You understand what I'm saying? I am a sapiosexual. I am in love with the truth. I'm in love with anyone that can hold a good, deep conversation. You just got to have a real vagina. You understand what I'm saying? I'm one of them type of people. I love knowledge. I love wisdom. I'm not gonna live a lie. I'm only gonna live one time, and I'm gonna live my life for the truth. You won't put fear in me and have me scared of what's gonna happen to me when I die. Fool, I'm dead. I'm not gonna live my whole life trying to avoid the lake of fire, and you're gonna put me in a crematory in a fire and burn me any goddamn ways. What sense does that make? What sense does that make?
Medicine, mathematics, philosophy. This wasn't Europe teaching the Moors, it was the other way around. And here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. The Moors were not some abstract Muslim force detached from Africa. They were Africans, black and brown people from North and West Africa. Scholars, administrators, architects.
Did you know that your name and identity was turned into a strawman legal entity right after you were born?
Engineers, people whose presence contradicted the later idea that Africa had nothing to offer Europe but labor. That contradiction couldn't stand. So the story had to be reframed. Over time, the Moors were recast as racially ambiguous. Arab, Berber, Mediterranean, anything that's
No, that account isn't true. That account isn't true. The Moors defended themselves and brought war upon people who brought war upon them for arriving and things like that. The Moors did not come threatening war. The Moors did not put boots to ass on white people in Europe. No, they taught white people how to bathe. They taught white people how to cook their food because white people was eating it raw. They set up sewages. They was real big on hygiene. They set up like hundreds of portal potties. Like honestly, Y'all wonder where the porta potty came from? If you actually do your research, they might mention it right here. If they go back deep enough, they might mention it right here. But no, that was not the Moors. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you that the Moors didn't go to war with people. They did. There's multiple accounts of Moors going to war with Indians and everything, even right here on American soil. But we're talking about Europe right now. So no, this didn't take place in Europe. I just want to be historically accurate. I can misspeak, but I don't want to give misinformation. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get everything right, but I'm certainly not going to get everything wrong either. That's why it's important to do the research yourself as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I might miss something or misspeak, and then you can come in here and straighten me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna knock somebody for putting the truth out there and correcting me. We need to correct each other. That's what's wrong with the black community. None of us want correction. We don't need correction from them. We need that correction from us. And then we won't have to worry about them. So no, I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge up. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. I don't mind.
Often the African connection. Art was altered. Descriptions were diluted. Paintings showed lighter skin. Textbooks emphasized religion over race because religion can be debated. Race is harder to dodge. And the longer Europe leaned.
Hey, no, Nino, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hey, was the nickname of the Moor. That was the navigator for Columbus to get here. Is that bad? You said something I missed. Hey, I appreciate the $10 super chat. And basically, that's what got us here on this conversation right now. I was letting you know that they were like North and West African Moors. They weren't foundational Black Americans that piloted that ship. You understand what I'm saying? It was Africans. Africans were still part of the slave trade. So it was an African that was piloting. You know what I'm saying? That Moor you're speaking of, that was an African. And they were Islamic. These are the same Moors. Same Moors. Y'all heard them say from 711 to 1492. Christopher Columbus arrived in 1492 to what he thought was America. So, no, it adds up, it correlates. And I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. And that's what I'm trying to get everyone to do. If everyone has a question or wants your question read, identified, recognized, I'm not going to see everything. That right there is a genuine way to do it. That is support. You support me, I support you. We grow together, we learn together. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, No Nino. I appreciate that. Y'all know we gotta put No Nino name in the chat. Anytime somebody give around here, you know we recognize them. You know what I'm saying? So all moderators, if your name is lit up in blue, please make sure you hit the like button and let's drop No Nino name in the chat, man. Let's drop No Nino name in the chat. Let's show some No Nino some love for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. The Moors are spelled two different ways for those who don't want to do the work. Moors and Muurs. For those who don't want to do the work. All right. I vanquished you one time and you're back. You came right back, but you claim you got black fatigue. DA, what's good, DA? You know what I'm saying? What's good, DA? DA ain't here trolling. Y'all leave DA alone. DA safe. We know DA is a good troll. DA just doing what he do. He's safe. DA get a pass, y'all. Hey, Abel, what's up, Abel? Hey, y'all, look, we got Bra or Brand or, you know what I'm saying? We got them back, y'all. They came back. They came back. They came back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, they want that knowledge. They want that knowledge. Yeah. They want that knowledge.
The idea of its own superiority, the more dangerous the truth about the Moors became. You can't claim civilizational destiny if your enlightenment came from people you later colonized. So instead of teaching Moorish rule as a foundational chapter of European history, it gets treated like an interruption.
Hey, y'all, that's that Dalmatian, y'all. That's that moon pie. That's that double stuffed Oreo I kicked out of here earlier. That's that wannabe Brandon Tatum right there. Brand W, that's who that is. You know what I'm saying? That's who that is. Y'all keep your eye on him. Keep your eye on him. We might have to vanquish him one more time. We just gonna keep putting him in timeout. If he gonna keep acting up, we gonna treat him like the child he act like, and we gonna put him in timeout. If he come in here disrupting class, y'all know what to do. Bring out the sun and the garlic. Bring out the sun and the garlic. Let's get it ready. We dealing with a vampire. Sun and garlic. Sun and garlic. You know what? You know what, Mr. Fashion Sense? You know what? You know what? You know what? Congratulations, Mr. Passion Sense. I would definitely love for you to be a part of this vanquishing. And now you can be a part of the vanquishing. You could be the one to vanquish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. ADA say Brand tested the fences like the T-Rexes in Jurassic Park. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Ashanti, such a beautiful name, Ashanti. Just a beautiful name, Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? Welcome in, Ashanti. Y'all keep y'all eye on Brand. Keep your eye on Brand because he's off brand. Keep your eye on Brand.
Detour, a problem that had to be solved.
Y'all welcome Mr. Passion Sense to the tribe. Welcome Mr. Passion Sense to the tribe.
That's why the Reconquista is celebrated, not as a political shift, but as a moral victory, the reclaiming of Europe from African rule. Notice the language, reclaim, as if it was all.
Moderators, when y'all see DA come in, I ain't gonna say that for Jake. Jake from never banned Jake from State Farm. Never banned him, but we time him out from now and then. But when y'all see DA come in, y'all DA is good peoples, man. DA just being here trolling, having fun, getting his day started. He don't mean no harm. Y'all give DA a pass, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all give DA a pass. I like DA. You know what I'm saying? I like DA.
Always meant to belong to someone else, as if 7 centuries of governance didn't count, as if
MUUR. The other way to spell it was MUUR.
Moorish Europe wasn't Europe, but it was, and it shaped everything that followed. European universities were modeled on Moorish institutions. Greek philosophy re-entered Europe through Arabic translations preserved by Moorish scholars. Algebra, chemistry, optics, medicine, all transmitted through Moorish Spain. Europe didn't rediscover knowledge on its own. It received it, and receipts exist. Latin text.
That is why they hate Islam. Huh? Huh? That's why they erased that black out of history. Taught them, schooled them. We are superior. They know who we are. They are low IQ. Why do you have to teach a grown man how to bathe? Why would you have to teach a grown man how to cook his food instead of eating it raw and getting diseases? Huh? If you were so high IQ, why somebody had to come bail you out? The very people, the very complexion you hate came and bailed you out, ruled for over 700 years, and you guys took it right out your history and took credit for everything. Y'all just heard it. You just heard it. But they're not going to teach you that in these public schools. No, no, no. Just like they're still telling you you're only 13% of the population. If you believe that, you are a dummy. If you believe that, man, you are a dummy. Real talk. If you believe we are still 13% of the population, you are a dummy. And here's another fun fact. Do you know that when it comes to globally existing, Do you know that they are the minority globally? At least 80% of the world is melanated? Do your research.
Crediting Arabic sources. European scholars traveling south to study. Churches built over former mosques. Cities literally standing on Moorish foundations.
They built churches over mosques to hide the history, to hide everything the Moors came there and established when they fled. They built churches on top of the mosque, y'all. Come on, man. Sadly enough, I got to get ready to hop up to go clock in with Massa. I appreciate the knowledge received this AM. Been locked in since 5:40 a.m. I'll definitely tune in after the workplace today. I appreciate you, Mr. Passion Sense. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. Have a good day. Stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Stay safe.
Isn't speculation, it's documented. So why isn't it taught plainly? Because teaching it plainly breaks the myth. The myth that Europe rose alone, the myth that Africa contributed nothing but bodies, the myth that blackness and brilliance don't coexist. The Moors destroy all three. That's why their story is compressed, blurred, and pushed aside. Not denied outright, that would raise questions, but reduced enough to feel irrelevant. Yet 700 years is not irrelevant. 700 years is a civilization, and civilizations leave fingerprints in language, architecture, music, science, law, even in European royalty, whose bloodlines quietly absorb Moorish ancestry while publicly rejecting it. That's the contradiction at the heart of this silence. Europe learned from the Moors, benefited from them, built on their systems, then erased them to claim sole ownership of progress.
There you go. There you go. Boy, I'm so accurate. Boy, listen, boy. Sometimes I impress my damn self. Sometimes I impress my damn self. When I hear people saying the same thing that I've said before, man, listen, sometimes I'm impressed. That's how I know the ancestors are upon me, and what I'm doing right now is what I'm meant to do. This got to be my calling because I am way too accurate. I am way too accurate. Man, now watch what they call this, y'all. I always tell you about this thing called the Eraser Act, right? I always tell you about this thing called the Eraser Act. Watch this. Watch this.
Music, science, law, even in European royalty, whose bloodlines quietly absorb Moorish ancestry while publicly rejecting it. That's the contradiction at the heart of this silence. Europe learned from the Moors, benefited from them, built on their systems, then erased them to claim sole ownership of progress.
Let's get the likes up, please. Let's get the likes up, please, and thank you. Please and thank you. The only way we get more people in is if we can hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Puts me in the algorithm. Let's get this knowledge out here. Let's do the work, y'all. If you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button, please and thank you. Help me, y'all. Let's go. By helping me, we helping us. We getting our message out there. We're getting our history out there. Let's get on code, y'all. Let's go. Let's hit that like button, please.
Erasure wasn't clean, it left gaps, and gaps make people curious. Which brings us to the real starting point of this story. Because before we talk about how the
And please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well, because they shadow ban the truth on these platforms. You know, please hit that subscribe button, and if you do hit the subscribe button, make sure you tap your notification bell and put that on all. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Tap that notification bell. Put that little bell, ding, put it on all, y'all. Put it on all, y'all.
Moors ruled Europe, we have to confront something more uncomfortable. Who exactly were the Moors, really, before history bleached them out of the picture? Let's clear the fog immediately. Moor was never.
We are on the road to 5K subscribers, y'all. We are on the road to 5K subscribers. I'm a low base, small growing platform. Y'all help your boy out, man. We are on the road to 5K. Be part of the history. Be part of the history. All right. Questions, comments, concerns get faster attention and response with a super chat and or cash app. This is true. Because I'm not gonna be able to recognize everything on the screen. You know what I'm saying? But if you send it in the form of a super chat or a cash app, it definitely gets precedence over everything else. All right. Like, share, subscribe, hype the video. If you are a moderator, I expect you to always hit the like button, to always hype the video. You know what I mean? I can't always expect everyone to give because times are hard, man. We are living in the Trump era. Times are hard, but I'm different from the church. I take pennies, I take nickels and dimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm different. All that add up eventually. Let's go.
A religion. It was never a mystery race. It was never code for not European. The Moors were Africans, full stop. The term itself comes from Moris, people from Mauritania, a Roman name for regions of North and West Africa, modern Morocco, Algeria, parts of Mali and beyond, dark skin, brown skin, black. The same people.
Think about it, y'all. They're trying to erase the fact that the Moors bought algebra. And they just told you this exists in places like Algeria. Where do you think algebra comes from? Algeria. Look at the language. Algebra, pre-algebra, Algeria. Look at the origin of the name. And it still kept the same name all this time. This is a connection, ladies and gentlemen. They erased history, but they kept the language. And the language dates back to what? The Moors, Algeria, algebra. Look at the origin. Pre-algebra, Algeria. Where is Algeria? In Africa. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, let's put our thinking caps on. We all done watch Scooby-Doo now. You know what I'm saying? Let's hop in a mystery machine and go solve some mysteries. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Europe would later colonize, but when history is retold, that clarity disappears. Suddenly, the Moors become Arabs, or Berbers, or just Muslims, as if faith erases phenotype. That confusion isn't accidental, it's useful, because once you blur who the Moors were, you weaken what they represent: African power on European soil. Contemporary Europeans didn't misunderstand this. They described Moors plainly: dark faces, curly hair, African features. Medieval art showed it clearly too, before later generations started repainting and revising.
What's good,
The
Cliff?
Moors didn't sneak into Europe
right.
either. They entered openly, militarily, strategically, and then they stayed. Not as occupiers looting resources, but as governors building systems, courts, schools, cities designed for long-term living. That matters, because conquest can be dismissed. Civilization can't. Under Moorish rule, Al-Andalus wasn't a backwater. It was the most advanced region in Europe, and advancement wasn't limited to elites. Public baths, street lighting, sanitation.
I told y'all, public baths. I told y'all, what's good, Cliff? What's good with you, brother? I told y'all the Moors bought all of that. They were real big on hygiene. I have not lied to y'all yet. What I say can sound racist, but it only sounds racist because the racists erased this part of history due to race. Damn, that was a lot. Let me see if I can get that back. What I say may sound racist, but it only sounds racist because the racists erased this part of history because of race. Because these were black, Western, and Northern, Islamic Moors. If you notice, they stopped calling them Moors and just started saying it was Islamic. This is why they hate Islam, y'all. This is why they hate Islam, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting the meat between the bread for you, and I don't even eat meat. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting the meat between the bread for you, man.
Agriculture that fed cities consistently. These weren't accidents. They were African knowledge systems applied at scale. And Europe noticed. Christian scholars crossed borders to study in Moorish cities. They learned Arabic to access books. They copied methods, translated texts, imported ideas. Europe wasn't ashamed then. The shame came later. It came when power shifted, when Europe began expanding outward and needed a new story about itself, a story where it was always meant to lead, always destined to dominate. African teachers complicated that story, so identity was rewritten. The Moors were slowly detached from Africa and folded into a vague Islamic world. Their blackness was minimized, their African origin treated as incidental. But look at the geography. Most Moorish leadership came from Africa, not Arabia. Troops crossed from the Maghreb. Dynasties like the Almoravids and Almohads rose directly out of African political systems. This wasn't foreign ideology parachuting in. It was African governance extending north. And Europe felt the difference. That's why Moorish rule wasn't immediately overthrown. It took centuries. Not because Europeans didn't want control, but because the Moorish system worked. Stability is hard to overthrow, which is why, even during periods of conflict, Christian kingdoms copied Moorish practices instead of rejecting them. Architecture,
Christian practices copy everything. They plagiarize everything. You know what I'm saying? They plagiarize everything. Just thought I'd throw that in. Let's go.
counting, diplomacy, even fashion. You don't copy what you consider inferior. That contradiction sits at the heart of the erasure.
In the same way you don't copy what you consider inferior, you don't come in here and gather around what you say you're tired of. If you say you have black fatigue, why are you in here every day? Every time I go live, every time I drop a video or a short, why are you in my comment box if you have black fatigue? Yeah. See, they can't be accountable. These are the questions they can't ask. They're just they're just cornbread fed. They're raised to be this damn abruptive and this damn racist, y'all. It's just in them. This is their cultural identity. This is their DNA. This is their lineage, just like PDFs. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do.
Europe needed Moorish knowledge, but not Moorish identity. So the people became shadows while their contributions stayed in use. That's how erasure works at its most efficient. You keep the product and delete the producer.
And it's called the Eraser Act. It's called the Eraser Act. And there's so many different parts to this Eraser Act. It is so broad, it is so universal, and it was so effective. As you come in, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to grow. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. You know, put your notification bell on all. You know, as you come in, please, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Exercise your right to hit that like button. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what it is. That's what it is. This isn't hate. This isn't division. This is history. This is truth, and this is accountability. I appreciate that, Cliff. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cliff. This isn't racism. This is history, accountability, and honesty. That's what this is. I love everyone. I dare not hate someone because of the color of their skin because you had no choice what color you wanted to be. But I can talk about history. We can be accountable. We can tell the truth. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm about. This ain't hate, it's not division. I love everyone. I just love the truth more. I love accountability more. I love honesty more. And that's what the world is missing in order for it to heal. I think personally they should make a law banning racism. And black people can't be racist. We can be prejudiced. But if they make a law banning racism, then we have nothing to be prejudiced for. You understand what I'm saying? They need to ban racism in this country. Ban racism. Ban it. Make a law banning racism. You made a law spreading racism, making it legal. Make a law banning racism. You know what I'm saying? Make a law banning racism. It's simple. If you can pass Jim Crow, if you can pass segregation, and all this other Civil Rights Act, you can pass a law banning racism. You can pass an anti-black hate bill. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You can do that. Reparations don't have to come in the form of money. It can come as tax exemption. It can come as education. It can come as land. You know what I mean? But you have to be able to tell the truth, be accountable, and just be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's how you start the healing process. They get mad every time the truth is told, and they'll tell you that you're causing racism and division and not realize the hypocrisy of their words. Who spread more hate and division globally than them themselves? But when it's them, they deflect. When it's us, we're just supposed to take it, and that's that. I'm not built like that. I got the heart of a Chevy, and I'm built for it tough. Small man, but all man. Tell me what I can't do, I'll show you what I can do. You heard me? You understand what I'm saying to you?
And once you understand who the Moors really were, Africans governing Europe,
At Spectrum, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between speed, reliability, and value.
the next question becomes unavoidable. How did they manage to rule for 7 centuries without collapsing? Because that kind of longevity doesn't come from force alone, it comes from systems. And those systems are exactly what history doesn't want you examining too closely. 700 years doesn't happen by accident. Empires built on brute force burn out fast. The Moors didn't last in Europe because of constant war. They lasted because they built a system people could live under. That's the part usually skipped. Moorish rule in Al-Andalus worked because it was organized, educated, and adaptable. Cities were planned, not improvised. Roads, connected regions. Water systems turned dry land into farmland. Food security meant fewer revolts. Stability buys time, and time builds legitimacy. The Moors understood administration. Courts operated on written law, not arbitrary violence. Judges were trained. Contracts mattered. Trade was protected. Merchants moved freely across regions. That created economic gravity. People don't rebel against systems that make life better, but the real glue was knowledge. Education wasn't restricted to elites. Libraries were public. Books were copied at scale. Mathematics, astronomy, medicine, philosophy, not treated as luxuries, but necessities of governance. That's why Al-Andalus became Europe's intellectual magnet. Christian and Jewish scholars studied under Moorish teachers, not as equals, as students.
See? But they won't tell the truth about this, ladies and gentlemen. They'll say I'm being racist. How am I being racist when this is history? If I was talking about African Islamic history, guess who's going to come up? These same Moors. And what's going to come up? Exactly what they did and what they brought to Europe. If I'm talking about white history, European history, these same Moors, even though you tried to erase them, they're going to come up under your history. So you're getting upset when we talk about Black history, Western African history, foundational Black American history, the reclassifications here. You get mad we talk about white history because all of it shows a reflection of just how evil you were. It's an indictment on your behavior and your DNA and your culture. And you don't like that. You don't like that. This is not racism. This is love right here. This is love right here. This is accountability. This is honesty. Huh? This is accountability. This is honesty. This is history. If you are tired of being on the wrong side of history, then instead of coming up on the white side of history, try coming up on the right side of history. You understand what I'm saying to you? This is just an indictment. This is not hate. This is not division. You know what I mean? It's all love and truth. And let me say this, I'm a foundational Black American. I am indigenous, so I can care less about Africa. I'm just talking about Africa right now because the Moors were brought into the conversation. I know my history. That's just representation that I know what I'm talking about geographically and historically. The Moors were brought into the conversation. That's why we're talking about African right now. If we're talking about me and what I represent, I'm going to tell you Africa. I am foundational Black American. I start here, I end here. My people was here when they got here. You know what I'm saying? All of that good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I still wear the last name, the surname. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Now let's get back on that. Let's get back on that because we were reclassified. Let's get back on that. Let's go. We ready? We ready? Let's hit that like button. Are we ready? Now we come back to FBA. Now we come back to the identity of foundational Black Americans. We done gave the Africans their recognition for the Moors. You know what I'm saying? We don't put that history out there. We've done that. We've told the truth. We were honest. We were accountable. Now let's get back to us. Let's get back to us.
People who have a claim to the land. Once exported, their identity was overwritten inside Caribbean plantation systems. When enslaved persons later arrived from the Caribbean ports back into mainland colonies, they were labeled African or Negro, regardless of original ethnicity. So when you see from the West Indies,
Reclassification and a good example of paper genocide and another element to the Eraser Act, ladies and gentlemen. Did we catch this? Let me back this up like a juvenile song, y'all. Let me back it up like a juvenile song. This is Michael Lane Jr., formerly known as Mike's TV, Native Black Ancestry on YouTube. Let's go.
Operated an estate where he had essentially dominion over all. One early settler, a man named Nathaniel Batts, abandoned his wife in Virginia in the 1650s to live and trade furs with the Yiapan people. Batts bought a piece of land from them and continued to be their source of English goods. And to the settlers, Batts was a sort of de facto governor who could settle disputes and knew the native languages. But then in 1662, Governor Berkeley of Virginia appointed Captain Samuel Stevens to be sheriff over the region, which he referred to as the Southern Plantation. And he also issued grants of land to individuals in complete disregard to lands previously sold to settlers by the natives.
I'm going to walk you through how the Carolinas were stolen from indigenous Black Americans. And we're not doing surface level history tonight. We're talking systems. We're talking about law. We're talking about how land theft, hostage taking, enslavement, exportation, religious conversion, and racial reclassification all work together to erase entire indigenous nations from the Carolinas specifically. Of course, they did this all across the Americas, but tonight we're going to focus on the Carolinas a bit.
We know about slavery, but few discuss paper genocide. We did not all come from Africa, and most of us have Aboriginal roots that were stripped away due to reclassification and miseducation. As a native Black American and a member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, I understand the importance of tracing your lineage. If you want to learn how to trace your genealogy and apply for tribal citizenship, go to nativeblackancestry.com to schedule a consultation.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes, and they mixed them, and this shit get way deeper than your pigment.
You see, over time, these indigenous communities get relabeled Black. And if you understand this, you understand why so many of our families in North and South Carolina show up as free persons of color, mulatto, or just colored with no clear African arrival record. You see, the theft wasn't just physical, it was administrative. And we got to start at the top. You see, the Carolinas were not random frontier settlements. They were engineered, granted by King Charles II to 8 Lords Proprietors. Some of you guys have never even heard of the Lords Proprietors. I'm gonna give you the names tonight. One of them is Sir William Berkeley, the same Berkeley who governed Virginia when racial law hardened into hereditary slavery. That's important because Berkeley presided over the moment that race stopped being descriptive and started being legal code. You see, in Virginia, laws like parta sequet.
See, this is how they took the Carolinas, ladies and gentlemen, from indigenous Black Americans. huh? From tribal Black Americans that were here when they got here. Virginia was one of their 13 colonies, ladies and gentlemen. This explains how they took it and who we were. This is telling real history. Ladies and gentlemen, this is history as you've never known it because they don't teach this stuff in the public school systems. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We are working. Hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen.
For Ventrum in 1662 made status follow the mother. Baptism no longer changed bondage in 1667. Violence against the enslaved was legally shielded in 1669. And that's not random legislation. That's the moment identity became inheritable property. Now take that mindset and move south into Carolina. Carolina was a corporate land project, a proprietary colony. Land was a grantable asset. Governance was tied to ownership. Indigenous territory wasn't treated as sovereign land, it was treated as charter property waiting to be distributed. From the beginning, the Carolinas were built on indigenous homelands: Yamasee, Catawba, Cusabo, Congaree, Waccamaw, Santee, and many more. And before African importation ever occurred, the labor system depended heavily on indigenous captivity. Charleston, originally called Charlestown, was not just a port, it was a processing center, a human processing center. Settlers and traders coerced indigenous communities into debt through the deerskin trade, and then seized women and children as payment. Hostage taking became normalized. Indigenous children were kidnapped and sold. Entire communities were destabilized. And when resistance came, the response wasn't negotiation, it was export. Indigenous captives were shipped to the Caribbean, Barbados, Jamaica, other British islands. And why? Because exporting them removed their geographic knowledge, severed kinship networks, and prevented organized resistance. Export was counterinsurgency. That's military strategy. Remove the people who know the land. Remove the people who have a claim to the land. Once exported, their identity was overwritten inside Caribbean plantation systems. When enslaved persons later arrived from the
Truth and knowledge as you've never heard it before, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't in your history books. They wouldn't dare put this in your history books. Then they know that they owe you reparations and they will be telling you who you really are. They will be identifying you. They will be snitching on themselves and telling you that, hey, we did reclassify you. This is who you really are. So when you lay stakes and claims for reparations, guess what? Under your true indigenous identity, they owe you. But as long as you lay these claims as an African American, they owe you nothing. They owe you nothing. That is a false reclassification of who you are. False reclassification of who you are. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Caribbean ports back into mainland colonies, they were labeled African or Negro, regardless of original ethnicity. So when you see from the West Indies in a Carolina record, that does not automatically equal African origin. It proves imperial circulation. It proves the empire moves people like inventory. Now let's talk about the wars. You've got the Yamasee War of 1715, which nearly destroyed South Carolina. Why? Because indigenous nations finally rebelled against the slave trade economy. This wasn't just about land encroachment, it was about a kidnapping economy. Indigenous leaders recognized that the colony's growth depended on enslaving them. The war.
Now, y'all know who the indigenous people he's speaking of. Y'all know who those people are, right? He's using the term indigenous, and I'm starting to use the term indigenous. I'm starting to take out the black, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We are indigenous, not black, indigenous. Black was created, colorization was created by them by 1618. That was the form of white supremacy to assimilate the white culture and control, y'all. We are indigenous.
was an existential fight for survival. And even after the war, the structure didn't disappear, it evolved. Direct large scale Indian slavery declined, but reclassification and assimilation mechanisms intensified. Here's where the administrative theft comes in. As colonial law hardened racial categories, the term Negro became a legal status tied to enslavement and restriction. Indian was increasingly reserved for limited diplomatic categories, often only those tribes the colony still needed for strategic alliances. Other indigenous people, especially those fragmented by war, captivity, or conversion, were absorbed into mulatto or free colored categories. On paper, the tribe disappears. In reality, the people remain. This is what I mean when I say Carolina didn't stop enslaving Indians, it stopped calling them Indians. The fundamental.
Bingo. Paper genocide, y'all. Paper genocide, reclassification. We are the only group of people who have been constantly reclassified, y'all.
Constitutions of Carolina even created a feudal hierarchy, granting massive estates and noble titles like landgrave and cacique. Think about that word, cacique. That derives from the indigenous term casquique, meaning chief. They literally appropriated indigenous political language into colonial aristocracy while dismantling actual indigenous sovereignty. That's symbolic theft layered on top of physical theft. Meanwhile, headright systems rewarded settlers with land based on the number of enslaved persons they controlled. Do you understand the incentive that creates? If indigenous enslavement becomes legally unstable or politically inconvenient, but African enslavement is legally secure and inheritable, then settlers have a financial motive.
DA, I believe you. I left out of a live stream yesterday on TikTok, and a troll that they kicked out was in the very next live stream that I flipped through on the scroll. He was already in there trolling. It was hilarious. That guy jumped through like 10 different lives yesterday. So I'm starting to understand the nature of you trolls. You know what I'm saying? I can deal with the trolls. I can't deal with the racists.
To relabel indigenous captives as African. That's not conspiracy. That's economic rationality. Under racist law, and we know the law back then was racist, still is, shoot. I mean, over time, communities that once were clearly documented as Indian began appearing as free persons of color. And here's the trap. Modern researchers see free colored and they assume African ancestry. But in colonial Carolina, free colored often meant outside the white political body, but not enslaved. That's a holding category. Many of these communities own land, they pay taxes, they intermarried within tight surname networks, and live directly adjacent to formal tribal territories. That's not coincidence. That's continuity under a new label. Now layer assimilation on top. Missionaries converted indigenous communities, baptized them, gave them Christian names, recorded them in church books under English surnames. Intermarriage between indigenous women and European traders resulted in children carrying European surnames under English law over generations.
And I told you I'm still wearing my European surname. Very common European surname as a last name. I told y'all that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Lane Jr., Native Black Ancestry on YouTube. Definitely you want to go subscribe. Definitely you want to go over there and give him a thumbs up. All right. Black Americans are American Indians. Proof is the title. The link is also in the description box. So feel free to refer to that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get up and get my day started before it sneaks up on me. I've got more research to do. And I'm going to keep the facts rolling. I'm going to keep the facts rolling. Let me say this again. I'm looking for truth and accountability. Okay? This is not to cause any racial division. You know, it's for truth and accountability. Being honest and being accountable. Those two things right there are the ingredients for what we need to get past racism in this country and globally. If everyone just told the truth and from then made the necessary amendments, ban racism, man. Ban racism. Dare your government, petition your government, just like they implemented racism and made it okay. Tell them to ban it on every single account. Tell America to show you just how equal, just how honest, just how, you know, diverse and loving they really are. Tell them to prove that they are a loving Christian nation. Tell them to write a law banning slavery and the exploitation of, banning racism, I'm sorry, and the exploitation of. Tell them. I'm going to be signing out. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't, please hit that like button. You know, you hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. They off the shadow banning me. Numbers are falling. They block the truth. So I'm going to ask you to please genuinely, you know, hit that subscribe button as well, ladies and gentlemen. We have membership packages to where you can support the platform. You know, we're just asking for truth and accountability. No racism here. You know, they bring enough racism for all of us. We don't need to practice that stuff ourselves. We're gonna stick to being who we are. We're gonna keep putting the truth out here. We're gonna keep holding them accountable, and we'll let the ancestors and nature take it from there. You know, we don't we don't need to be out here protesting and acting a fool and proving these people right. They're too busy proving us right. And we've got all the proof right here in these live streams. We've got all the proof right here wrapped up in something that they call the internet, one big cloud of information. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just time to deprogram and reprogram. And listen, the black on black violence has to go. And the black knowledge, the black intellect, the black nerd in all of us has to increase. The black love has to increase, man. We've got to stop going to war with each other because eventually we may have to go to war for each other. All right. And I'm talking to the good white folks too. I'm talking to the good, loving, diverse, you know what I'm saying, white folks too. It's going to be all of us versus the world's diabolical, you know. So y'all know what to do, man. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one. Get your one-on-one with the true indigenous spiritual most high, y'all. The internal indigenous spiritual most high. None of that colonial stuff. Y'all stay prayed up, blessed up, meditated up, protected. Stay real, stay conscious, stay uncut. Be inspired. Be great. And in everything you do, you're more than a conqueror. So that means be you. Ashe, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day. Have a great day and grand rising to all. Ashe.